listener, Namaskar and welcome to Foodie's Hut. And on this episode of Foodie's Hut, I'm going to share with you my Patishapta Pithe recipe. Before we get started, let me tell you this recipe is little bit different from the traditional one. In traditional recipe, we use the newly harvested rice and jaggery. If you want to make that way, please let me know in comment so that I'll make another video for you. But before that, you can try this one. So let's get started. To make this recipe, we need to work on two steps. First, we will make a batter. First, I'll show you the ingredients only for batter. Here, I have got some rice flour, semolina, or we call suji, plain flour, milk, sugar, and this is date jaggery. You will find it at any Bangladeshi or Indian store. Now you can see this is look like a cupcake. We are going to make it powder. So I'll take a Ziploc bag. I'll put it into here, and then with if you have a hammer or meat pounder, you can use it. I'm using here the pestle, and we will beat it. So it's ready. Now into this plain flour, I'll add all these dry ingredients and just give it a good mix. And then we'll add here half of half, means if I'm here adding 1/8 cup of jaggery and 1/8 cup of sugar, because when we use both, we'll get a nice golden brown color. So now I'm going to add jaggery. I have already added jaggery and now sugar. And then we'll add milk into it, and little by little, we'll add little by little, and we'll make a batter. My batter is ready, and I'll let it aside for at least 30 minutes so that it will be very well set for our next step. In the meantime, I'll show you the ingredients for stuffing, and at the same time we will make it. For stuffing, we will need milk. We need to boil the milk. So I have already set it into the boil so that it will help us to proceed our work fast. And we also need some coconut. Here I have used I'm using shredded dry coconut. If you get the frozen or fresh one, very good. And I'm also using some sweetened condensed milk, some dry milk powder, and little bit of rice flour. And we also need some cashew, and here also I'm using cashew powder and raisin, some jaggery, sugar and cardamom powder. So what we need to do, we need to simmer the milk for at least half. Suppose you are taking 1 liter of milk, you need to simmer it till 500 milliliter. Our milk is ready, so I am going to add this shredded coconut into the milk, and we'll give a stir, and we'll let it simmer into medium to low flame. I am simmering this milk and coconut together for around 5 to 7 minutes. Now this is the time I am going to add this sweetened condensed milk. After giving a stir, we will add this cashew and raisin. To make this stuffing, you need to constantly stir it, otherwise it can get burnt from the bottom. And now we will add this milk powder, and we'll cook it for another few minutes. It's almost done. We need to make it dry more, but in this time we'll add sugar and jaggery. But we will add sugar first and give a very good stir, and then we'll add jaggery. When you are using jaggery, make sure before we add it, just check it. You can do one thing, just take a small bowl of milk, and into it you add a little cube of or little piece of jaggery and let it boil. If it's not split, then this jaggery is good to use. So now we are going to add jaggery and a little bit of cardamom powder, around 1/4 teaspoon. when we will get this texture or this consistency, this is the time, if you wish, I like because it gives a nice binding. So if you wish, you can add little bit of rice flour and give it a mix and let it cool down completely, and then we will go for our final step. Our stuffing is cool and ready. You can see this is very dry, and here our batter also ready. My batter was resting for about more than half an hour, so you can see. Now the most important part, take a non-stick frying pan and make sure your pan should be warm, not hot, because if it should be hot, then your Patisapta will not turn out good. So here I have set my frying pan over absolutely low heat. So now I'll brush little bit of oil. Here I am using white oil. You can use butter, ghee. Actually, traditionally my mom, my grandma, they used to make it with mustard oil. If you want to make this, just heat the oil and then pour into another bowl. Let me check. Yep, I can feel a little bit warm, so my pan is ready. Now we will take and we'll spread it, and over medium heat we will cook it for few seconds, about 10 seconds maybe, and then we will add stuffing. You can start from the side also, but I prefer to place it into the middle. Now we need to turn, and you can see the texture. This is so smooth. So this is the texture we want to make a very nice Patisapta Pithe. And then we'll flip it into our plate. Now I just want to show you, if your pan is very hot, then how the end result will come out. For that, I need to make my tawa very hot. First of all, you can hear a sizzling sound, and you can see when we are trying to spread it, it's not. So this is the problem you will face. And when I'm adding little bit of stuff here because it won't be very good, it will be very hard. And when you turn it, you can see this is the texture you will get. You can see the difference between two pithes. This is the pithe when I made my tawa was warm, and it is when my tawa is hot. So please make sure that when you are making your pithe, your tawa should be warm, not be hot. Now this is the time to give it a try. I just want to show you the inside. This is so soft, and you can see the whole pithe. I love the pithe. Stuffing should be from the beginning to ending. For me, this is the perfect balance of sweet. Hope you enjoyed this video. Share your comments. If you like this video, then give me a thumbs up and stay tuned with Foodie to explore your known food in a different way. I'll see you till then. Bye-bye.